This video is brought to you by my patrons on Patreon. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Annina, Rachel, Clay, Mariah, Maddie, Lilith, Idalis, Dre, Thomas, Tara, Zoe, Zuzia, Ainsley, Sabine, Devalina, Jimma, Bailey, Azzy, Jacqueline, Monica, Jordan, Green, Lizzie, Brenda, Willow, Danny, Blessing Avery, Maddie, Alexia, B, Max, T, Taylor, M, and Lovely. If you would like to support this channel and get access to weekly audios and weekly novel readings and other interesting perks, the link is in the description.
Hey, you. I was wondering when you'd wander in here. Oh, come on. Don't be coy with me. This is not the crowd, and you know this isn't the crowd. Listen, I love my best friend just as much as you probably love your brother. Or at least I think you still do. I haven't been keeping on tabs on if y'all have gotten into a fight recently, because that is just too much baggage to wade through with him. But you know that this is not the usual crowd to come to these things. And the usual crowd to come to these things are usually nice people that just like to chill and like smoke a blunt and, you know, drink a little bit maybe, but mostly just hang out and play video games, play like Smash and shit and be nerds, like in the good way. This is the absolute wrong crowd, but hey, he's gonna do what he's gonna do. He's gonna invite who he's gonna invite, and I get to be his roommate, which is so awesome. So I figured if I'm feeling how I'm feeling about this party, that you must be feeling how I'm feeling about this party. And I think I was correct, because you know exactly where I stay, and I don't think you would wander your way over here if you weren't looking for a little bit of an escape and a little bit of solace from the psychopath cavemen out there. What can I say? I do have somewhat of an idea of what is a little bit too much for the average college experience. And I literally think they're down there breaking, or at least trying to break, boards of wood with their hands. No, I am literally not joking. That is what was happening when I was down there last. So yeah, whatever, I guess. At least the music isn't like too loud to the point where it's overpowering and it's shaking the entire goddamn house. So I've been able to get some relative peace and quiet in here, to the point where I can play a YouTube video or a movie or something like that, and I'll actually be able to hear it. And that, I guess that's a good thing about being in the corner of the upstairs, right? Everything happens downstairs. No one ever comes up here, because I am not letting random frat dudes that I do not even know come into my place of sleep and my office at all. That is not happening. So I set that up with him beforehand. Why did you even come, actually? I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that, but I would like 100% think that this is not your scene at all. So I'm very surprised that you're here. Dale, you came here for a dude named Dale. I'm so sorry, but like I said that right? You said that you came to this party for a guy named Dale. Stop hitting. No. Listen, hey, if you feel like you want to go off into the cornfields and live your magical life with Dale on the ranch and take care of Paw for the rest of your life, go ahead and do that. Oh, Dale is a business major. That makes that
Like worse? What were you expecting me? Oh, a business major named Dale. That's better. That makes it better now. No, that just means that he's out in the cornfield with his pawpaw and he watched Wolf of Wall Street one too many times. Come on, you can't expect me to like give him props for that. Okay, good. I mean, not good that it didn't go well, but like obviously it wouldn't go well. His name is Dale and he's a business major. I'm again not trying to harp on the guy, but since he was a dick to you, then fuck him actually. I don't know what I'm talking about, but not trying to harp on him for his God-given nature, but his name is Dale and he's a business major. Come on now. Hey. What's wrong? Listen, I've known you since you were in diapers, and I know when you are not completely right. I know when there is something wrong, and there is currently something wrong right now. No, I know that Dale was a douchebag, and he's a business major, and his name is Dale, and he has a pawpaw, and he lives on a ranch in a cornfield. That's not what I'm talking about, because you have like dealt with skeezy dudes, or skeevy dudes, whatever the word is, all the time, and you come out on the other side like, oh my god, I can't believe I ever even entertained that for a second. You would absolutely be joking with me right now if there was not something else wrong. So there is, and you can tell me now. That's option number one. Or I can turn on a movie and prod you to tell me while the movie plays. Those are the two options that you have currently. So there we go. I don't know. I would assume that you would want to like hang out here because your only other options are like not doing that and going downstairs and hanging out with Dale and all of his buddies and your brother making asses of themselves. Or you could go home to your apartment with your roommate, who I know that you don't like right now. Yeah, he definitely told me. I don't really think that he could avoid telling me about that level of a blow up. I mean, so don't blame him and get mad at him. Yeah. No. Hey, no, don't even bring me into that because I will go absolutely off on that woman. But I guess I'll just leave it at this. You were absolutely in the right. I don't know what type of person agrees to have an orgy at an apartment without consulting their roommate. That sounds like the first thing that should absolutely be done. And walking in on that has got to be like scarring for life. So do not even think about that. You are totally fine. And you are in the right. So you either go back to that or you go downstairs and hang out with Dumb, Dumber, Dumbest, and Infinity Dumb. Or you hang out with me up here and we enjoy each other's company, and eventually I pester out of you what is going on because there is something going on. Listen, that orgy joke, you would have like busted out laughing at that orgy joke if something wasn't wrong. Okay? I know you too well by now. You can't play this game that, you don't even know me like that when like I do actually know you like that. No, I'm not like, this isn't, no, this isn't for my like entertainment or whatever. This is because I really care about you and I want to know what's going on in your life and I want to make sure that you're okay. And I can tell there's something actually wrong, not, oh my God, classic college shenanigans wrong. There's actually something wrong. What?
I thought you, no, there's something wrong. So, like, we're not gonna do this. Oh, you're not joking. Okay. All right. I did not catch on to that because this is totally like one of those silly little, if I was a worm, would you still be friends with me questions? To me, at least, that's how ridiculous this sounds. Oh, God. Listen. You know that I love your brother. He is really and truly and honestly one of the most authentic people that I've ever met. He is him, and he will never try to be anything else other than him. You got like everything else though. I'm not saying that you're not authentic, but you are so amazing in like every single way possible. Who graduated from high school with a 2.0? Yeah. And who graduated as the damn valedictorian of their class? You are the smartest person in this town. No, I'm not. I am not bullshitting you at all. You are literally the smartest person in this town. Sure, there's like, I don't know, 5,000 people in this town, so it's not like a huge competition or anything like that, but you are absolutely the smartest person here. In here. You are the person that's going to get out of here. 1,000,000%. No, you are. Well, guess what? You aren't if you don't start believing in yourself to the level that I do. And other people around you do. Even your brother, who won't admit it for some reason because he's still in that weird, like, late teen mindset that you have to have this, like, weird sibling rivalry with your sibling. And I just wish you would get out of that and into, like, the 20s phase where you really start appreciating all of the things. Regardless, that's not the point. The point is that everyone around you sees you for how brilliant you are. You don't graduate with a 4.3 from high school if you're not brilliant. You can pull off like a 3.8. I'll even give you that there's some people who don't have necessarily a solid amount of street smarts that graduate with a 4.0. But in order to graduate with a GPA above that, you have to be on at every single time, all the time. You have to be constantly aware of your surroundings, aware of how you manage time, all of that. There has to be so much, there are so many other things that go into it besides pure intellect memorization skills, and you have it all. Okay. You want me to like, because you're still not believing me. You want me to give you an example. Do you remember Rebecca Charles from, I think I was in junior year and you were in sophomore year? Oh my God. You're doing the thing where you pretend not to remember the thing in order for me to stop talking about it, and it's not going to work. I asked you if you remembered it because I was going to go into it, and I can see that little smirk on your face, so I absolutely know that you remember it. You single-handedly got that woman into office. No, it's true. It's not true. There is no, you were literally Dick Cheney. No, you've seen Vice. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You were literally Dick Cheney. That woman would have had no idea what she was doing in office if it wasn't for you. You ran that whole year of the presidency as her secretary, and you as Secretary of State, and you bodied it. You were amazing, and everyone knew it was you, but Rebecca Charles was just the figurehead, the popular figurehead at the front that was able to get the votes. And people wouldn't be able to do that. Nobody else in the school would have been able to do that. I would argue that nobody else in the school, including the adults, would have been able to do that. Oh, okay, I'm smart, I guess. There are so many
other things. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this first one was a gimme, but I did kind of catch on to the fact that you are fishing a little bit here, and you're just kind of trying to get me to say positive stuff about you, which I will all the time. You know I'll go to bat to you for you whenever, wherever, whatever situation. That being said, I need to utilize my vantage point somehow, so I am going to tell you that I will not continue going on with this if you do not tell me what is wrong. You gotta do it. You gotta do it if you want me to keep telling you how amazing you are. No, that's not like a crazy thing to feel at all, honestly. But you need to realize that college is a weird time for everybody. You are so far ahead of these like fools, and especially because you're dating dudes. Yikes, that is a problem. People in college are figuring their shit out, and they have no idea what's going on with anything in all reality. And the fact that you are going for the gender, the sex that is inherently stupider and farther behind mentally than their counterparts, which are you are just in like the worst possible situation to find someone. But to be fair, you're not doing yourself any favors by going after Dale who's a business manager who takes care of Papa on the farm in the cornfields. Jealous of Dale. You know what? I'm not jealous of Dale. You can show me a picture of Dale, and he can be the most gorgeous human being on the entire earth, and I will not be jealous of Dale, who's a business major. Okay, all right. You did tell me what was wrong, and even though it's completely valid, and I can't really like counter it with anything, because being lonely in college is a really real thing, and feeling like that lack of a connection with someone or longing for that connection is something that I'd be a liar if I said I haven't also felt that, you know? But yeah, you're smart. Obviously you're smart. You know that you're smart. I finally got you to admit that you're smart, which may very well be, not smart, genius level, which may very well be the first time that I've ever gotten you to admit that in our entire relationship. I meant friendship, yes. Anyways, the other thing about you is that you are quite possibly, and this is proven by how much you downplay yourself, the most down-to-earth person here. And those two things are never mutually exclusive. Ever, ever, ever. I've never met someone who is incredibly smart and also incredibly grounded. With a level of intelligence comes a level of cockiness and braggadocious nature, gravitas, grandiose, delusions of grandeur, all that, whatever you want to call it. You have like such a root in reality. You're hyper aware of your surroundings, except for Dale with a business major, apparently. Okay, I promise I will stop mentioning Dale for the rest of this conversation, except for one time. You got to give me one more, and I can do it for the rest of this conversation, throughout the rest of it. Okay, good. But yeah, I don't know. I can always talk to you about real things that are affecting the world, as opposed to just things that are going on within the bubble of our personal lives. And you always are knowledgeable about them. and you always make an effort to actually be well versed and well read on them, as to not just jump into a random viewpoint that is half-assed, you know? And a lot of people in college just want to sound like they know everything. So they will look up like the base level of something, a headline of an article or something, and build off of that and pretend that they know everything about a situation. But you're so well versed and knowledgeable about everything in these very, very important matters that aren't necessarily discussed enough amongst our peers. So I don't know. I really appreciate that about you. Me? There's no way you got that from me. Are you being serious right now? Wow, that just pulled back an insane. I do remember that. Oh my god. Yeah, you were like 10, right? And I was like I think 11 or 12, one of the two. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, he would go out with all of his football friends, and I would sit there with you, and we would read the paper together. Don't tell me you still read the paper. You're subscribed to New York Times? That is so cool. So am I. Oh my god, we should absolutely do that sometime. Just, sit together, and because real papers almost aren't a thing anymore, just sit and read the papers on our phones together. That would be so much fun. Do you still do the crossword like we used to? Yes. I guess maybe I did rub off on you a little bit. Maybe that's a good thing. No. I have more things to say about you, but if you're finally coming around to believing that you're as awesome as I believe you are, I think I can give you a question. Sure. If whatever you want to ask me, you've been very compliant in this conversation. Sure, go ahead. All right. That is a question that I was not expecting at all whatsoever. And now that I'm struggling to answer it, I feel like I'm inadvertently answering the question. Yeah. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I feel like it's apparent, and now that I think about it, it would be pretty difficult for me to convince you that I wasn't some shade of into you, based on the level of ardor and admiration that I just spoke about you with for the last however long we've been talking, and it's been decently long, I think. So yeah, I do like you in more than a platonic best friend's sister way. Here's the thing, right? He's never said anything expressly against us being together, and I have brought it up before, but it's something in my mind that I just don't want to ruin the friendship that we have, because although we aren't as close as we used to be when we were in high school, you are still one of the main people that I have genuine and authentic, real conversations with. And I guess I could kind of just use the fact that you're my best friend's sister as an excuse to be like, oh, to push it off and be like, no, I couldn't possibly do that to him. But in all reality, I didn't. We've never had a conversation that would have led me to believe that you were interested. We've never had a conversation that would lead me to believe that you're not interested, but we've both just kind of existed on a plane of friendship. And we've never moved into like flirting territory. And if one of us has moved into flirting territory, that can easily be misconstrued as like big brother teasing little sister teasing big brother type thing. I know that I'm not your big brother, obviously, or I would not be admitting this, but that's sort of the dynamic we had because your big brother is my best friend. So I don't know. It's not, there's nothing, there's no big like answer to it. There's no like, oh, we were forbidden to be together, or, oh, I can't view you in a different way. It's just never something that's come around until now. I've felt it like ever since we graduated, just because I stopped seeing you constantly outside of the context of the only context that I'd seen you in high school was you at the family home. And we were all together. Generally, your parents were there. And when your parents weren't there, it was me, you, and him. And we were super close. And when we would go out, we would all go to parties together as a unit. And although we did establish a personal relationship during high school, I just never really got to see you outside of that more childlike context. And then when we got to college, we started, going to like get bagels together and going to these stupid parties and eventually going to the corner to talk to each other because we hate these stupid parties. So, and eventually my level was brought up to, hey, you are someone that I enjoyed the presence of and possibly could have had a crush on in high school but never knew how to act upon it, to you are someone that I have a crush on completely separate from my best friend. I'm viewing you as a completely different person, separate person. So yeah, I really, really like you. Thank you for saying that, because I totally just realized that I could have gone on that tangent and you could have just said, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't like you at all. And that would have been okay, second to like getting sucker punched by Jared McKinley, second to that, the most embarrassing moment of my life. Yeah, he really did get me bad, didn't he? That was tough as heck. Like literally back of the head, middle of the lunchroom, folded. I'm so glad someone got that on camera to see how absolutely atrocious it was for me. So, word on the street is that you like me, and that you're interested in going steady with me. Now, if that is completely untrue, let me know, but that's just like rumors that I'm hearing. Really? Oh, that's very interesting. I'm also hearing rumors that the party over here would be interested in doing that with you too. Are you hearing any other rumors perchance? Oh. Well, to me, from all of the noise that I've been hearing, That is 1,000,000% true. In fact, I think I would like to do that right now with you. I am being so serious. We have literally nothing else to do here. And I have never kissed anyone at a party. And although we're technically not at a party, making out in my bedroom at a party or above a party still kind of counts, I'd say. All right. One kiss first, because I want to see, just one kiss, because I want to see how you feel about this. And then if I was not sure then, I am sure now. Wow. That was kind of cool. Yeah. I think my entire brain just shut off, and I think my nervous system is shutting down, and all I can think about was that what just happened. Cannot believe that we have not done that sooner. Oh my gosh. Wow. Me? I didn't know you had that in you. No, that was amazing. I don't know. I've never felt we worked together perfectly. Usually it takes such a long time to adhere to another person's kissing styles, but we just went in and it fit perfectly. Puzzle pieces. Yeah. No, you are something else. Yeah. So, two options. One, we watch that movie that I was talking about. We watch a horror movie or something like that. Two, we go back to making out for the rest of the night until we fall asleep together in each other's arms. Figured you would take that one. And it really wasn't an option anyways.